Welcome back to Dewan Pundit Indonesia, the English version of Dewan Pundit Indonesia. Moving on to our second topic of the day, let's dive into Real Madrid's recent shock defeat to AC Milan at the Bernabeu. And this result obviously has raised some questions around Carlo Ancelotti's tactical approach, especially with the string of back-to-back losses. I'm going to go with Adiani first. What do you think of this constant losses that Real Madrid has to face lately?
Calculated losses, maybe.
That's funny.
Is there such thing as a calculated
That's a word
loss?
now. Coach Justin, the calculated loss, and then a lot of people talking about now calculated loss against Japan. How about a calculated loss for Real Madrid in the past couple of games? Maybe, just maybe. It's not going very well for Real because of Kylian Mbappe. You have to adapt to the player as well. The system is not working. Him playing down the middle is not working. He's comfortable starting his movements from the left side of midfield, maybe. But you have one of the greatest players right now in world football, in Vinicius Junior, playing on the left side. So for Ancelotti, maybe Mbappe was not his signing, but it's typical Real Madrid, right? So they created this problem. They created this monster maybe for ages with problems within the system and within the signings that they make that is not complementing the team. But of course with Kylian Mbappe, if you do things right, and he is a great addition for any squad. So I think it's just a matter of time before they click, before Ancelotti finds a way to work things out with Kylian, with Vinicius. Even Rodrigo is not very happy because he's now just a role player for Real. He wants to be the main guy as well. So a lot of problems, but Ancelotti is the guy. He has the experience. He has the CV to back it up, and the players respect him. So I think it's just going to be a slight bumpy ride for a couple of matches, and then everything will be fine again for Real.
Would it be too early for Real to reconsider Carlo Ancelotti's position, Kiko?
I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. It's not fair, you know. You've done success so many times. It's his second time at Real Madrid too, and in the very
maybe his only mistake was Everton.
That was odd.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I think he had okay, never mind. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. Anyways, no, I think it is too early. I think it's unfair to judge, the recent events with what he's done for the club in the recent years. Even when the club wasn't, predicted as the champions of the Champions League at some point, I think it was against Liverpool a couple of years ago. They still became champions. So he helped a lot of trophies coming in, and I think the problem is, did you actually need Mbappe, like you said? And then there's the other problem is, you've got your senior players in Carvajal injured for the whole season. You've got Toni Kroos retiring, who passed the ball a lot to the star players last season, or the past, I don't know, was it a decade already there? But that senior lead is gone now, and they needed that a lot. Mbappe, I think he needs to get used to be playing in that number 9 position only, and he's not much of a like Gyökeres. Coming back to Gyökeres, he holds the ball, he passes to the left and right. Now Mbappe, he needs to have that weapon as well, and he's not. It doesn't seem like he's doing that as well. Played on the left majority with PSG, and then with France as well. Now he's number 9 position, and I think Real Madrid created their own problem. Never knew wealth was a problem. Now they see you guys are seeing in a football edition. So
wealth is a problem for Elon Musk as well. But that's for another conversation.
Beat that out.
But actually, that's correct because I think for Mbappe, the word is sacrifice, because Real Madrid is different than Monaco, different with Paris Saint-Germain. You're a superstar, but if you enter that gates of the Bernabeu, you're just a player wearing the Real Madrid massive jersey with the weight that is so tricky for players. Special players can wear that jersey. And now Mbappe is trying to feel it through and trying to figure out what's best for the team. And I think Ancelotti, in a way, with his management skills, is it's fine-tuning the squad, but he wants Mbappe and the superstars of Real to figure out how to play with each other. And when they do, it's going to be scary, because I've always said to Real Madrid fans that if you have Mbappe, You have one of the best players in the world. The talent is there. It's just how he uses it. And for Real, maybe it's a massive club, a massive step for Mbappe. So he needs to learn the trade as well. So needs time, but when it clicks, Barcelona, beware.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because that's what also Karim Benzema said in an interview, like I think it's last night or the day before, when he said that Real Madrid have to make Mbappe understand that he is now a number 9. He, even though he cannot play as number 9, we know that Mbappe always cannot perform when he plays at the top of the attacking structure. Even in the French national team, he always likes to drift left because he doesn't want to stay in that center. But Benzema said you cannot always drift to the left, because you have Vinicius there, the runners-up to the Ballon d'Or. I mean,
should be winner.
Should be winner. Debatable. I don't know if you.
For another time.
Puma, it's gonna be a different.
We've done it.
Answer.
We've done
it yesterday. but Karim Benzema said that, and some sources inside Real Madrid, according to MaxiFoot, a French website, says they don't just ask Mbappe to come just to be another star player in the dressing room, but he needs to be a leader. He needs to impose himself at in the team. And right now he cannot do that. When he cannot do that, the whole structure of the team is affected. Thierry Henry, I think, analyzed his movement and Bellingham's movement last night at CBS or something. And the ones who's making the runs are Bellingham inside the penalty area, and not Mbappe. He should be the ones making that runs behind the defense. But now we got a few players stacked up in front, and that in turn makes the defensive structure of the team less solid than usual, because Lucas Vazquez said that after the defeat against Milan, the whole team collectively going forward and defending, they created problems for themselves. They're not performing, and the opposition has punished them, because before that El Clasico loss against Barcelona, Real Madrid lost the game at Bernabeu. I think it's April 2022. But then after that, the last few games back to back, they conceded 7 goals in the Bernabeu in the past 2 games, and that creates a hostile atmosphere inside the Bernabeu, because the Spanish media said in the last few matches, the Madrid Ultras, the
crowd with the hankies,
they're not connecting with the teams. The team is finding it hard to find that support from their own fans.
I think Tchouaméni was booed halftime.
Exactly.
The last
he didn't
game.
play good.
I think he doesn't deserve that. Because
You don't think so?
He's been brilliant for the club, for Real Madrid.
Sure.
And a transition, as you say, without Toni Kroos, a big miss, and you have to find out and figure out who's going to step up in his place. Not Luka Modric, but of course it's between Camavinga, the likes of Tchouaméni and Valverde. But Valverde's misses is talking too much on social media, so it's disturbing the chemistry of the squad as well. And if you talk about blaming Mbappe, what about the defense? The defense is not working very well, leaking goals for fun. The goalkeeper is making a lot of mistakes. Last season he was brilliant.
Last season,
I think it's because of the Euros as well, because he was so poor at the Euros. I rate him so highly, but it's not going very well. So the problem is more complicated than just the Mbappe problem. And it's funny for Karim Benzema to say something, because he was the one that I think the club wants to get rid of in place of having Vinicius Jr. as their star player in the front line. So again, very interesting. And for Mbappe, there's a lot of time for him to figure out which style of play that will suit him best with Real Madrid, and for the rest of the players as well. They have to know that Mbappe is a big game player, one that could change things a lot in one match for Real Madrid, so they have to adapt to him as well.
I think it'll work out.
For sure.
But considering Ancelotti's history and the loyalty he's often shown towards his players, could it be that his loyalty is actually something that's been holding Madrid back? Is he to rely on familiar faces and strategies instead of adapting to a changing squad and modern tactics? Could that be the reason? Kiko?
I don't think loyalty is an issue. I think it's about how he can adapt to this. He's under a lot of criticism at the moment. It's about how can you escape the adversity. I think another issue is, the youngsters like Ada, Other Guller's not
Güler.
playing. We've seen that in Martin Odegaard in the recent years when he was at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You know, 16 years old, about to be 17, and then never played for Real Madrid at that point, or at least played significantly. Or you know, it's Ancelotti. He did a quote where, "I'm paid to win games and not just to play the younger players."
Yeah.
You know, like again, I'm not a coach. I've never been a coach. I can't judge his decision on that. But at that point, wouldn't you try to do, you know, mix and match a bit and see what they can spark?
Yeah.
Because if anything, it'll only be good for their, you know, the current first team players and be challenged about, oh, you know, a youngster can come in and do this and that. But I think loyalty isn't an issue. I think you know, it's Real Madrid. They're gonna figure out something in the coming months or weeks or so.
Or sign more players.
Or sign more players.
Simple.
Get more players.
Wealth is an issue. But yeah, I think they're gonna figure it out somehow.
Yeah, because goals concede is also a big problem for them. Ancelotti said it himself that last season they only conceded 25 goals. Now they have already conceded 9, and last season they only lost 2 games.
Yeah.
This season they already lost 3 games. So yeah, they're unfamiliar territories to a lot of Real Madrid fans, especially Marca, one of the leading sports newspaper in Madrid. They already made a feature like, what if Real Madrid doesn't go through the second round of the Champions League? It's unthinkable in the previous.
No, PSG will do that.
Yes.
No problem for Real.
PSG will self-destruct as usual, like last night.
Like last night.
Like last night.
No problem. It's not Real's problem. That one.
So yeah, financial issues, and especially the reward, the financial reward for going to the second round is bigger now than last season, than in the previous group stages, and especially the pool is not. It's not the pool for the teams that playing. It's not like the same rights pool as usual, because there's more to it this time around. So yeah, they're beginning to worry about what if Real Madrid doesn't go through But I don't think they will fail, because I think the next opponents will be like Salzburg and some other team
Liverpool,
that
right?
they should be.
And Liverpool.
Yeah, and Liverpool still, they're gonna meet Liverpool.
No, Liverpool, they met already.
Oh, they met already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're still pretty sure that Real Madrid's going to the next stage on Champions League?
Yeah, I don't know, but the rate at this rate, the way they concede goals is worrying, and I think that's the first problem Ancelotti has to solve. Then solve the problem of Mbappe.
It's the same story as the Rocky movies, where the champ will struggle in the beginning, and you have the likes of Brest, Aston Villa doing very well, but UEFA doesn't want that. They don't want Brest to go to the semifinals. They want the heritage sides, the legendary clubs. They want the Reals, the FC Bayern München to do well.
But Real and UEFA, I think they're not on really good terms.
Not on good terms, but. Man, it's a Champions League. They need Real
They still
to
need
do
the flashy
well.
team.
Yeah, the flashy team.
Yeah. Or they'll make a Super League. Classic Real.
Classic Real.
Yeah. What do you think, Kiko? Are you still pretty sure about Real's chances at the Champions League?
Again, it's Real Madrid. We never know, but they're going to try their best to go up. Not looking good. Jamie Carragher said they're in the red zone. What is the red zone?
What is that?
What is the red zone? But
Where is that?
I still fancy them doing, a bit of shock to us football fans in a good way.
Yeah.
Because it's just in their DNA, really, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
It's been really fun reading the comments on our previous episode when we're talking about Real Madrid, because so many fans just can't imagine Champions League without Real Madrid.
The knockout stages without Real.
The knockout stages without Real Madrid.
It's just a slight maybe tweak in that midfield in terms of knowing their jobs for Camavinga, for Chouameni, for Valverde as well. Lucas Vazquez now is playing a lot of games as well on the right side. I think Militao and Rudiger is not doing very well together, so they might figure out a new combination maybe for Rudiger, not Militao, because Militao was out for quite some time before this season, right? Because of injury.
Yeah, well, Real Madrid fans surely are hoping that this is just a phase and it'll
course.
end soon.
It is.
So yeah, let's just see. Right, so don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with another interesting topic to discuss after this one.